I don't like
things
rack
in dishwasher.
sound.
I'm not gonna put in the dishwasher.
You like this person's ugly.
I'm really mad about my hands. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back with another episode of the Mike to Mike podcast. Come on, let's cheer it up, kids. You know, this is Black Father talk here, man. Manhood Conversations is another word I have for it. But you know what, man? We got a great show in store for you tonight. We got some great men on here, some great men of God on here. I got my boy Justin coming on to fill in for Mooch tonight. He said he couldn't be on tonight, so Justin should be on a little later on. But let's introduce you to my panel. These guys are they're not new to this at all. They're on here every week, but I still like to introduce them. So let's introduce to the right of me, man, my brother Kevin Aldridge Jr., man. Let's cheer it up for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, bro, you all right?
Yeah, man, I'm straight.
It's good. And then to the bottom of him is Cuz, man. And you know what, bro? I love you, Cuz. Even if you feel like right now that I don't love you, I still love you, Cuz you family. You family, man. And I love
it. Michael, I don't feel it. Michael, I don't feel it.
Love you, fam, man. Love you, Cuz.
Nah, Michael.
Wait
a minute. We who?
We family.
Oh, I thought you said something else. Okay.
Oh no, you already know I ain't say that other one. Yeah, that can never happen. But we are family, not Ramley. All right, but yeah, man, we have a great show, and you know what? Shout out to everybody last week. We got a great reception from the marriage talk that we did last week, and you know we're gonna do that some more. Just letting everybody know that hearing the woman's perspective is really interesting. You know what I'm saying? And it can help a lot of men out when you get to hear the ladies speak. And I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and we will definitely do it again. So just be on the lookout for more marriage episodes. We already talked to our wives about it, and we will continue to do that. You know, maybe something probably every other month or every 2 months or something like that. You know, to get them involved and get their point of view is always good. So we'll definitely do that again. But we got to get into the show. And the first thing we start off with every show is this. The last 7 days since last Tuesday, on a scale of 1 to 10, how has your mental been? And I'll start with me. I'll say again about a 7 or an 8. This week, it's like some weeks you like you got something to look forward to and all that. This week I really didn't. I didn't really do anything at all when I think about it this week. It was kind of just one of those weeks where you're just getting through it, you know. And I mean, it wasn't nothing bad, but it wasn't nothing like exciting or anything, you know, that I did this week. So I would just say it was a good week, and it's always a blessing to have a good week. All right, so it's been a good week for me. What about you, Kev?
Same here. I've just been going through the motions this week.
Yeah,
nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Kids been acting decent, so it's been a cool week. About 7, 8.
7, 8.
Yeah.
What about you, George?
Been a good week, man. Can't complain. Slow and steady. So, you know, we good. A lot better than last week. Kind of regrouping from having family down for the graduation and stuff. So, pretty good week.
Yeah, man. And every week ain't gonna be exciting. Sometimes you look forward to a week. You probably doing something, going out with your wife. You know, got a special family event planned or something like that. But this week, I mean, it was just a chill week. You know, I got to relax a little bit, but it was just a easy going week. But yeah, man, we got a couple questions for you guys. We got 4 questions tonight, and here's the first question. All right, the first question is this one. Do we have a single black woman crisis? This one is it can go a lot of different ways when you think about it. But when I think about this question, I would say back in the day, I would say the reason why we had more of a single black woman crisis was because of the men. A lot of men were being taken away from their homes, especially in the late 70s, late 80s, to drugs, to crime, to the lack of resources we had in the 80s. Those things put a lot of our black men in prison. And it put them in prison in a long time, and it left mothers be single mothers. Today, I don't look at it as such. I think it's a lot of men that are doing well for themselves. All right. It's a lot of black men that are doing well for themselves as well. You know, some of them aren't, but it's a lot of black men that are making good money. And when I say good money, I'm saying about $80,000 to $120,000. That ain't no, life-changing money, but that's some money where you can live comfortably off of. And I think in today's times, a lot of it is the reason why a lot of women are single is because they choose to be single. Some of their standards are too high. And another thing about that is why we have a lot of single black women is because men are choosing other options other than black women. Especially in today's time, we see a lot of interracial couples, and I don't have any problem with interracial couples. My best friend, he's in an interracial relationship. So I don't knock interracial relationships, but I will be honest to tell you that it's a lot of men that aren't choosing black women. They're choosing Mexican women. They're choosing Indian women. They're choosing Armenian women. They're choosing all white women, of course. And I believe now that it is getting a little bit harder for the black woman to be in a relationship. So, and a lot of them choose to stay single, or their expectations make them single. So we'll start with George on this one. Do you think we have a single black woman crisis right now?
Man, that's a good question. I don't know. I hope we don't, but if we do, I can see how. But the real question to be is, if it is a crisis, how to get it back to the status quo, right? Now, you can fall in love with who you desire, who your heart leads you to, and I get that. I have no problem with that. But I think if you're actively not looking for somebody who looks like you, I think that's kind of what is that thing, right? You know what I mean?
But that is the truth. It is a lot of men that will.
Yeah, but for me, my mom's black. My wife got to be black, right? And if your wife is any other nationality or race, I'm fine with that. But my proclivity is to people who look like me, right? So I do think some of them probably price themselves out the market, right? You remember what was the dude who had the YouTube? He passed some years back.
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, and he was kind of really shooting him down, right? But as brutal as he was honest, right? And I think sometimes you got to be honest in your assessment, and honest in your approach, honest in what you can really see on your level. You know what I mean? Now, don't get it twisted. If you want to shoot up a level, do what you choose to do. But again, some might choose to be by themselves, Some believe that I can do bad all by myself. I don't need nobody else to bring me down, right? You know what I mean? So again, I don't know, because we are married, so I pray it's not a single black woman crisis, and if it is, we gotta rectify that somehow, some way, because we need more black families.
George, would you say that some black women's standards are too high these days?
Sure they are. I mean, some black men's standards are too high, so you can't be mad at nobody's standards, right? But your standards better be realistic. You know what I mean? You can't be at home on Section 8 on welfare talking about, I want a 6-figure man. That's not going to happen. Straight up, no. But, I mean, again, don't outkick your coverage. That's all I can tell you.
And another reason, I love having these conversations because I look at these things. I observe everything. A lot of times I truly believe that black men are way more willing to date outside their race than black women are. All right. Black women, a lot of black women, I don't see a lot of black women dating outside their race.
Oh, I do. Oh, no.
I don't see a lot of them. I mean, I think black women are more prone to staying with black men. All right. They want to stay with black men rather than black men now, man. We tasting all the colors of the rainbow right now.
I think the sisters tired of the brothers.
You think the sisters are tired of the brothers?
Yeah, I do.
What you think on this one, Kev? Because this is
man, I think it all starts, like I said before, the battle that we're dealing with within our with our own people. You know what I'm saying? Black men are degrading black women. Black women talk bad about black men. We just need to figure out, a common denominator for us to all settle on and to be happy again with each other.
Yes.
And I think it all starts with grace and mercy. We so hard on each other. And I just feel like once we stop being so hard on each other and we kind of start understanding, start listening to each other, I feel like all of it will change. But until then, it's rough. It's rough. The expectations do be high. You know what I'm saying? And for on men, you got to be a man, but at the same time, you can't provide everything all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, and at the same time, we got a mindset and a standard of how we think a woman's supposed to act and supposed to behave. If you don't feel like a woman, if you feel like a woman should dress modest, why are you approaching a woman who don't? You know what I'm saying? If you feel like a man should do all this, and that, he has a track record of showing you that he ain't, why are you even considering him? So instead of belittling each other, if that's your expectations, fine. But don't degrade, you know what I'm saying, the opposite sex just because they don't fit your description of what you expected in a spouse.
And my brother Justin Washington's on, man. Let's cheer it up for him, man. He's back on here tonight. How you feeling, bro? You good?
Yeah, man. Fresh off the road from Texas. My 18-year-old just graduated National Honor Society, going to Texas Tech on a full ride. So I'm doing good. And then my daughter, she graduated a year early. So she skipped a whole grade. So, it's 2 gone, 3 left. So 2 more gone, 3 left. So, 4 actually, my bad, 4 left. But I wanted to touch on what he said.
So the question, do you see the question? It says, do we have a single black woman crisis? That's the question tonight.
I saw it, and I'm on both. I'm on straddle the fence if we're being honest. I say yes and I say no. The only reason I say yes is because it's two-sided. Like he was saying, you can't expect something from somebody and you go to something else. And you can't put out something opposite of what you want. So if you want me to be perfect, you better come to me perfect. Like, you can't tell me I got to pay all the bills, I got to do this, I got to do that, and then you do absolutely nothing. But on the other side of that is we have to stop expecting somebody to be ready-made when we get to them. Autumn was not perfect for me when we got together. We're perfect for each other because we built together. We started at the bottom and built it up. Everybody keeps expecting somebody to be all the way up here. When they start right here, their cap or their potential might be through the roof, but you never gave them a chance because they didn't know how to lead, or they might not have had their dad to show them how to be a man. You don't have to teach him, but you can guide a man in the right direction. Autumn, my wife helped me with a lot of stuff. I'm transparent. I have no issues. I almost lost my wife twice in the first year. She almost annulled our marriage in the first 60 days because I was used to putting my kids first, and then I got remarried, and I was putting my kids over my spouse, and I almost lost my wife because of it.
Mm.
So when she was like, "Nah, that's not how we do this, Justin. I know you love your kids. I know they're not mine. I love them too. But this is the order it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be you. It's supposed to be God, you, me, them." When I actually sat down and did that, everything in my life changed. The mothers of my children treated me differently. My wife treated me differently. My parents treated me different. Everything just fell right into place. It was a domino effect. And all I had to do was listen. Take the risk, listen to my wife, listen to somebody of the opposite sex, stop listening to people that are not married, and just do what God intended for me to do. Lead by example.
Amen.
God first, me, family, So I think there's a crisis because we don't raise society has raised black women and black men to be a certain way, and the technology, the TikTok generation. I don't know what the actual name of the generation is. The TikTok generation, everything is immediate gratification. I want it now. I want to be rich now. I want to be a YouTube sensation now. I want NIL money now. Everything is me, 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 me. So yeah, we do have a crisis. We do have a single black woman crisis, but we got a single black man crisis because neither one of them respectfully know how to act because nobody taught them.
That's good. See, so yeah, we pretty much all agree on that one, man. So we're gonna get on to the next question. We're gonna try to get to as many as we can. I know we started a little late. I'm gonna try to get you guys out of here at 9:00. But here's the next question I have for you guys. What conversations are black men not having enough? And I'll start with me on this. Right now, I live in the Frisco, Aubrey area, Frisco, Prosper area. And right now, what's going on big down here is the Indian community. It's a big talk right now going on in the city because Indians are moving in and they are taking over the city of Frisco.
Really?
It's just like ant mounds. It's tons of ant mounds down here. And I talked to my wife yesterday and I said, look how big those ant mounds are. It's crazy that ants can build something that big when they are this small. And it makes me think of us as black men. Black men, we are the leaders of our households, but we are not coming together and building something together. And I really envy the Indian community because one thing that they do is they buy the houses together, they buy up the block together, they're buying businesses together, they're buying shopping centers together, they all buy the same cars, they work at the same jobs, and what they're doing is helping each other out, just like worker ants. And one thing I get jealous of is that our black men, a lot of times, we'll teach our son, but why are we not coming together and bringing our sons and bringing all these different minds together and saying, let's go in and buy a shopping center. Let's go in and I'm going to teach you how to get a house so you can teach the next man how to get a house. All right. The structure is not really there when it comes to us. Us as black folks, but we have to start with someone. And most time you have to start with the head of your household, and the head of the household should be the black man. So I feel like the conversations that we're not having is how to build together. And that's something where, in order to build together, you got to come together. That's why I just told Kev, man, hey, I love y'all family. Me and Kev really just start getting close to this podcast, but now it's going to grow outside the podcast where it's like, you got to come down here and visit us. We going to come visit you, and we going to build together. We going to, hang out, and who knows what it could lead to, but it has to start with that. It starts with that, and that's something I feel like us as black men, we are so prone to staying where we are, not worried about somebody else. We don't really want to, compare ourselves to others. We want to stay in our lane. This is my house. I don't want to talk to the other black man because I don't want him trying to figure out what I'm doing over here. And he don't need to, we don't need to be nosy and getting each other's business and all these other things. But guess what? If you actually talk to that man, he can help you out. You can help him out. Y'all can help each other out. Y'all might come and build the next great business or buy up the whole block. But if we don't come together, that ain't gonna happen. So I feel like to shorten it, that's what's going on right now. That's the conversation we not having as black men, is building together. So, Kev, what you think conversation that black men aren't having enough of right now?
I agree with that. Business plans. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like black people have a crab in the bucket mentality where if they come up, they don't really want anybody else to know exactly what they did to come up, which is very weird to me. Why would we like to gatekeep? You know what I'm saying? Instead of helping each other out and, like you say, being supportive and understand, caring about other people, what they got going on business wise. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's always, I'm gonna keep this to myself, so I got this, and I think that's all the way wrong. If I know something, I am going to spew it. I'm telling everybody I know. It's up to you to listen and take heed to what I'm saying, But if I know it, I'm giving the information. I'm not gatekeeping nothing.
Or Kev, can I just say this real quick? Us
What's
as
up?
black folks, we selling a webinar for $100 a lesson if you want to get in on it. That's another thing I do now. Buy my webinar if you want to learn what I'm doing.
Come on, man. Like what we doing? You're like what we doing? So I feel like, man, we exploit our people. You know what I'm saying? Like we just gotta get to a point where we actually like really care about and love each other and feel like that we really want to help each other. So until then, it's all bad.
Yeah, man.
All bad.
George, what about you on this one?
I think it's a lot of conversation that black men are not having that we need. And Mike, Kev, you brought up a great conversation about building. Also, I think it's about knowledge, passing it back and forth to one another. But it's kind of hard because we've always been a race of people who've been like exploited, who've been manipulated, who've been double crossed and backstabbed, right? And so, as much as I would want to trust my brother has the trauma in him that doesn't allow him to trust me. As bad as I'm being friendly, and so that makes me apprehensive to reaching out. So it's a whole dichotomy of a lot of moving parts and pieces. I think another conversation that black men are not having is, truth be told, taking care of their health, right? I mean, we are dying way too young. We are the first people to die, right? From a race standpoint, the black man is the first one to pass away at young ages, right? And so again, we got to take care of our health. If I have a situation, I should be able to talk to any brother on and say, hey, I got this going on, in confidence and vulnerability, and not knowing that I'm not going to be exported or broadcasted out, right? We need that, right? It's so many conversations, financial, right? How to not just save money, but have our money work for us, right? And I like what Kev said earlier, we gatekeep, right? Guys, great perfect example. I have a webinar, but let me charge you $100 for this information. And I get it. Some people need to get paid for their service. I'm not mad at that. I mean, listen, if you go to Nike and buy some Jordan, they ain't gonna give us a discount. So I do understand why people do that. But there's also a time and a place to where freely you receive, freely you give, right? And I think we need that from a standpoint of maybe for a season, not for a whole decade or whatever the case may be. But there's nothing like helping somebody out who looks like you, right? There's nothing more beneficial to building the whole African diaspora up at once. Because like you say, I'm down here with Mike, man, and don't knock on the Indians. They got the game and going with it. They got a plan, y'all, and they came together, they coalesced, they talked, and they work as a conducive unit, right? They move as one closed fist, not 5 individual fingers, and that makes them powerful. So there's so many conversations we got to have. And so again, I don't know how they get started. I don't know what does that movement look like, but there's multiple conversations that we need to have.
Yeah.
What about you on this one, Justin?
I was just down there. I was in Wiley. I was in Princeton. I was in Frisco, McKinney, Allen, pretty much everywhere but where you live, Mike. And Wiley and Princeton are like 50% Nigerian at this point. You just like the Indians or their culture, Nigerians are actually doing the exact same thing in Princeton and Wiley. We went to see one of our friends, and it was ridiculous. Set her up with a car for free, got her into a house, a job, her children in school, all within 5 months of moving to Texas. And they asked for nothing in return, all because she was one of them. They put her on her feet and was like, hey, just stay in the community, be a part of the community. We're going to help somebody else. That's all they ask. Don't leave. We'll put you here. We're going to help you. You're going to get on your feet on your own. Just stay so we can bring somebody else in and get them on their feet. That's all they wanted. Nothing else. Just pay it forward. Really just that simple. Black Americans, respectfully, I've been one for 40 years, and they don't know how to pay it forward. It's the hardest thing. The only time black people pay it forward is during Christmas holidays, like my wife be saying. That's the only time people are like in a good mood to, oh, I'll buy this person's groceries in front of me. and they'll do it that one time and then never do it again. And I'm not saying that's what you need to do. I'm not saying that's what it looks like, but the webinar thing, sometimes you got to give game for free. I started from the bottom. I don't know anything about making clothes. I did 3.5 years of research on making clothes. I look at clothes that people wear, and I can pretty much tell you the type of quality they got on just by looking at the shirt. I might not be able to tell you the brand, but I can tell you almost where it came from in the world based on what shirt it is or what company it is. That's how much research I did. So if one of my friends wanted to do a clothing business, I'm just going to hand them all my notes. Here, take this. It's going to save you a lot of time. I screwed up. My first year was horrible. And I don't want anybody I care about to go through what I went through. They're going to waste money like I did. I don't want that. Let's do better together. We got a homeboy, me and Mike, named Steve. Steve has a consulting business. I did his business cards for free. We got another homeboy, George, know him, Levi. I made a logo for him. I made polos for him. I didn't charge them. I wanted to build my brand and learn how to do things. And I wanted to use the people around me to build it. So I took their constructive feedback. They helped me just as much as I helped them. I built my portfolio, but I didn't build it by stepping on my friend's neck or charging them, because I could have. And I've gotten really good at what I do. I could charge a lot of money, and I charge other people a lot of money. But at some point, you got to stop and be like, okay, are you tired of doing this by yourself? Why are you doing this by yourself? Do you not want your friends to eat with you? Do you not want people you love to come along with you? Why are we sitting at the top thinking that I got to be up here, I got to be the GOAT by myself? Why do I have to be alone at the top? The top was never meant to be lonely.
That's true.
It was never meant to be lonely. You're supposed to bring everybody up. Everybody. The purpose in life is to not go to heaven alone. Disciples. Bring people with you. So if we're supposed to do that for God, why can't we do it in life itself?
That's real.
That's good.
That's good.
You know, and that's why I said I do. I get jealous of that. And I shouldn't be, you know. And I, you know,
that's a positive thing to be jealous of. It's not like you're hating on them.
You want that for your people. You really, you know, and I see some black families, and I'm not gonna say all of it is our fault. The system has set us up to lose.
Systemic racism has played a major factor.
That has been a big part of it. Is the system has always set us up to lose. You got somebody that wasn't born on U.S. soil that can come in here and get a business and make $1 million quicker than you can, and you live here. All right, just because of how the systematic racism has been set up for us, but you can't make that a thing of, you know, an excuse. I'll be honest, you know, it can't be an excuse. It's a way, it's a pathway to it. It's just a harder way.
Man, I got another question.
What's up?
Why y'all think, like, in our community, if we sell a product, why do our like friends and family will go somewhere else to get the same product that we sell? Because, for example, I sell real estate. I do real estate. Man, you know how many cousins and friends, that so-called friends, have went and bought a house, you know what I'm saying, with like a white agent instead of, like, why do we do that as a race? Like, why do we like bypass our own people?
Yeah, I think a lot of that is because you live in St. Louis. And
Wait, it's not St. Louis, Mike. It's because
it's everywhere.
It's the way society is set up. Like when you go to a doctor, they've done this as a study. When you go to the doctor, the number one doctor that's researched is an Indian or Asian doctor. They're at the top. Then they have white doctors. Then they have black doctors. We're at the bottom. When you go to see for a lawyer, white people are at the top. When you do customer service, you want somebody that was American. Like it's depending on the job, you look for a certain criteria, and white people have cornered the market on real estate. A black person will go to a white person because they're gonna get more from that person. That is the perception. That might not be true, but that is the perceived opinion of even all black people. Black people will go to a white doctor over a black doctor. I've done surveys for research for school. It's wild, Mike. It don't matter where it is. St. Louis might be worse, but it's everywhere.
They are jealous. They don't want you to win. A lot of people don't want to see you win. They would rather keep you down.
Yes.
Keep you where they are.
Man.
And go to someone else. All right, rather than supporting your business.
People though, like
I know. Trust me. I trust me.
A lot of times,
it's the same way with my business.
A lot
it's the
of
same
people
way with my business.
Not happy, or they are not happy for you, man. I even in this podcast. Thank God, my cousin, man. I love my cousin. He has supported me from day one. But you know how many people that are close to me or people that I've known for the longest time that do not watch this podcast, do not support it, do not subscribe to it? Why is that? I'm your family, I'm your friend, but some of them will not subscribe to your podcast. They will not patronize your business. And a lot of it is I feel like it's a little jealousy or hate there a lot of times, especially with our people, because they have the talent to do the same thing, but they didn't do it. It was certain things that held them back from doing it. So now when someone's doing it, when somebody has a business, well, I know your family probably has a family business, they get jealous of that. People get jealous of that all the time and be like, oh yeah, I'll go somewhere else just because I don't want to see them winning. People are like, man. George, you got anything to say on that one?
You know what? My heart want to say they're not jealous, but the actions say they are, right? And so it's crazy because you're somebody who looked like them, who came from where they came from, and I'm just trying to help. And so once all those metrics are kind of crossed out, you're only left with they got to be jealous, right? And it's funny, man. Mike said it best. People, in all actuality, certain people do not want to see you succeed. It's just how it is, right? And it goes back to the old adage: misery truly loves company, right?
Yes.
Only because they haven't looked in within themselves and realized if Mike can make a podcast, if Kev can sell houses, if George can hop on computers, I can do it too, right? So whatever is enabling you to assist somebody in their endeavors, look internal and be like, let me change my wiring, how I get it done. You know what I mean? But some people just don't. I mean, it's what they are. They'll look you in your face and root you on. As soon as you turn around, they're like, man, I hope he failed. Like, you know what I mean? Right? But here's the good thing about it. God is sending the right people your way.
Yeah, always.
He'll send the ones that'll push you forward. Right? And,
always.
And also, what that does is it lets you see those who ain't for you. Now you're like, oh, that's what's up. They're mad at you, but I can't rock with you.
I can't rock with you. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be the funny actor one, but if I told you the truth,
you're right.
Feelings. But I'm gonna fall back.
Right.
Because I like peace. I didn't come for war. I like but I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah. Perfect example, Kev. You go on social media. Look how much views and likes something that has a bad message or something that happened that's bad news.
Viral.
Oh, it's blowing up. But here's the thing. If it's something that's good, if somebody that's done something that's good or have accomplished something that is worthy of being praised, the views are still the same. But ain't nobody liking it.
Nobody liking it. Ain't nobody commenting.
Ain't nobody commenting. You know why that is. That's how society is, though.
Yeah.
Misery loves company, like George just said.
Man, we got to get out of that mindset.
Celebrate it. Yes. You know, he's doing bad. They're getting a divorce. Just like me, my life is horrible. Their life is horrible too. People love that type of stuff, man. When it's something good, that's just how it is, man.
Human nature just attracted to filth. Yes. The filth. They wanted to see this weird, crazy stuff and people they know not be successful. Good.
It was one thing I forgot to mention, Mike. The question: what conversations are black men not having enough? Black men don't talk about emotional vulnerability at all, like ever. It is like cliche. It's almost damn near a sin for a black person to go to a therapist. God forbid you work on yourself and become a better person. You're gonna get ridiculed, talked about, judged, made fun of. You might even get bullied in high school. You get bullied as an adult because we're taught that, suck it up, do better, try harder. Like, no. At the end of the day, bro, if I need help, I'm gonna find it out. God made him, God made me. He made him to want to be that kind of person. And if he can help me, I'm gonna go see him. I don't see why we can't be vulnerable and still be strong at the same time. Why do I have to be quote unquote from the street? I don't need to be from the street. Both my parents were from the street. They weren't in the life, but they were literally all up around it. They grew up in it. They just weren't a part of it. They removed me for a reason so I can have better. Why would I want to go back? And it's just, be hard, be this. No. The strongest man in my eyes is the person who can be vulnerable and be honest.
That's good.
That's right.
Good, Jay. All right, man. We got the next question for you guys because we coming up on 37 minutes. I got 2 more questions for you. We're gonna get you out of here tonight. This is the next one. How has marriage changed your perspective on love? It changed my perspective completely. When you think about love, a lot of people think of lovey-dovey, romance, kisses, roses, all those good things. But love is just trust and dependability, bro. There's nobody I trust and depend on more than my wife. I mean, that's for real. All right. If it's anybody that I know that's in my corner, that got my back, that I can talk to, it's my wife. If you can't do that with your wife, you might need to go to therapy or counseling. Because that's something that I do all the time is I do talk to my wife about everything. All right. We have a lot of talks. And I'm not going to say some of them are very uncomfortable sometimes, and we're still working our way through those things. It's having the uncomfortable talks, but me just being vulnerable and being able to talk to her without being judged. That's love. All right. And it's so many different aspects to love that you finally realize what love is when you're married. All right. When you actually go through marriage, when you have children, that's another different type of love you see when kids come into the picture. But I mean, my perspective on love is, man, love ain't just that lovey-dovey, kissy. I'm gonna buy you roses, flowers. We're gonna go on dates. All that stuff is great. But the real love is having somebody in your foxhole, having somebody to talk to when you having a horrible day. Just like today, I told my wife, I'm like, I vented to her about what was going on at work, things like that. That's love to me. That's real love. What about you on this one, Kev? What would you say how marriage changed your perspective on love?
Man, I agree 100%. Man, I just having somebody who got your best interests at heart, somebody who's gonna ride with you until the wheels fall off, when it get rocky, when it get shaky, when you go retreat to your corner, you like, dang, I really can't lose her. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, if this ain't right, I'm not right. So I just, like you say, all the lovey-dovey stuff, it sound good, but when it like get down to the nitty-gritty, and you got somebody who gonna rock with you, man, it's a different. That's love.
Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? That's love. We've been in a situation that could have broke us, and for us to still be here fighting for it and happy and still rejoicing and want to let other people know about how good God is, how good marriage is. Yeah, it's different.
It's good.
It could have been where she could have been shook. I could have been shook. But we heard 10 toes down solid. You know what I'm saying? And then I got sick, man, I just started looking and I'm like, the way she moving, like she picked up everything and figured everything out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang. I was down for about a week and she's like straight held it down. So yeah, it's a different feeling. It's so much more than that mushy, you know what I'm saying? The lovey-dovey what you think stuff. When you got somebody who's gonna go to war with you.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. What about you on this one, George?
marriage is changed my perspective on love, and it kind of goes back to the Bible, man. And I don't want to say it's cliche, but I think everybody, every blue moon, should go back and read that First Corinthians chapter 13, the book of love, right? It's showing you love in action, right? For love is patient,
Patient.
love is kind,
Mhm.
love is jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of wrong. It does not rejoice in injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. Is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Right?
Man.
That's what love is, right? And every blue moon I go back. You know, when me and Tiff rocking well, I read it. When we ain't connecting right, I read it. Because what it does is centers me, right? It centers me. And that's really describing what Christ has done for us. And that's what love do for us within our marriage. Man, y'all say the best. It ain't the lovey-dovey. That's just the byproduct of your hormones and the chemicals make you feel a certain way. You know, there's a study that say you eat so many amounts of chocolate, it'll feel the same way as if you love somebody, right? So it's a physical chemical change in the body. But love is an action, man. It does nothing but love, right? And so when you ain't rocking with your spouse, love's gonna step up. When you are rocking with your spouse, love is gonna step up. It's gonna be enhanced. When you have children, it's gonna expand you, right? You never knew you could love something so much to the moment they took their first breath, and you knew that moment in time, bam, I would die for this thing, right? Even with our wives, with Ephesians chapter 5 say, you know, husbands loves your wives as Christ loves the church. He might give you like you. There are certain things that love is complete action, and so I think love has been oversaturated in a worldly way, right? Because again, I love my spouse, I'm gonna buy him this, that, and another, and it's cool if it's done within responsibility and your financial means, right? It shouldn't be expected, it shouldn't be a demand, but if you do it, then that's great. But what marriage has done, man, it's grown me in love in ways I never thought imagined, right? And what we do, what we have, you can even ask for it. It's a God given thing, right? You know what I mean? And so I don't know, man. I just pray that the men who are married read that every blue moon. The men who are going struggling and communicating and having this space with their spouse, read it. Love is not forceful, right? It's not battering. You know what I mean? It's an action that requires nothing but love in return. So that's how marriage has changed my perspective. Because again, most men think love is just being physical, right?
Mhm.
Oh, I love, she loved me. Yeah. It's way bigger than that. You know what I mean?
Good, George. What you got in this one, Justin?
Simply put, love is action. Like George, love is actionable. Love is an object, an adverb, a noun, an action. Love is some of everything. But as far as specifically going towards like a marriage, personally for me, it is number one on my list is love is protecting each other's peace. Whether that's, you know, the moments in the kitchen where you're laughing, or the moments you're having a fight and you make up, or during the fight where you're in the middle of the storm and you be like, you know what, I can't stand you right now. That's okay. That's something that you work through. Me and my wife don't always get along. That's just honest. If I ever met somebody and they said they never fight with their wife, respectfully, I feel like one of y'all stepping out. I just don't see that being a thing because we're two different people. We're gonna be at odds at some point, but us being at odds doesn't mean we can't grow and figure it out. Like that's part of the shared memories. I remember some of our fights because some of our fights made us who we are, and those memories actually mean more to me than some of the, you know, the lovey-dovey ones that you all were speaking on. I like quote unquote trial by fire. I like forging the path together. Like forgiveness, sacrifice, loyalty. My wife is my best friend. There is nobody above her on this earth. Nobody. So, love to me is remembering what it stands for, like George said biblically, honoring what it stands for, and showing the world what that means. Like replicate it, so you can build a community that Mike's talking about. I think his name's Kevin. So you can feed into each other. Love is not just you and your spouse. Like I love Mike. Mike is a brother to me. So George is questionable, but you know, it is what it is. We have that. Like we can do that. You know,
George be making everybody mad in the group.
I don't be doing nothing, man.
Like real talk,
you know,
like George
that's love in itself.
Yeah,
The way that George gets under somebody's skin in that group chat.
Come on, man.
Like, if you don't love George, bro, you don't need to be in that chat. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it ain't gonna work out for you. It's not gonna work out.
You gotta see what he sent me, Kev. Like this is
not gonna work. It's not gonna work out for you as a person if you in that chat. Don't like George.
I gotta say something about the fence. Kev, you know me. We rock, right?
Oh, me, you my dog.
They my brothers. I just have a good time.
I didn't know I was public. That's crazy. But but yeah,
I'm gonna send it to Kev. He my brother. I'm gonna send it to Kev so he can see what George.
Yeah, he need to see, but he need to see everything. He need to see. I don't know what George he know, but he don't know the one we know. So, but Mike, I know you was on a time limit. What's the next one?
Go ahead. Yeah, that's it, right? Did you finish your
Okay.
statement on that?
Yeah, I thought you had one more question after that.
Nah, I'm gonna end it early because it's about to be 9:00.
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm tired.
We just got off the road, so I get it.
I'm a little tired tonight, so we're gonna hold these other questions because I got 2 more questions on here, but I can hold those.
I just want to know, hey George, you got your jersey yet? That's all I want to know.
George is.
Let me know.
George is a clown. Like he really is. Wait till Kevin see this, bro. This is what I be talking about with George. Like you don't know the real George.
What are you talking about, man?
This is what he said. Go ahead and look at your phone, Kevin. He's a clown. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what he sent you, but it's not true. Whatever he did.
Hey, man.
I don't know what he sent you.
He doing, bro. I just let you see that, bro. But this is what I be talking about with my cousin. He really needs to get checked out. He really does. He does. He really does. But hey, that's gonna be our show tonight. We appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight.
Here, man?
If you got any questions, of the show for next week, please tune in. All right, send it to us.
Tune in. George gonna be here live in effect.
Send it, man. Y'all ran me off. I'm done.
Any messages? Anything y'all got? Y'all want?
George, I love you, brother.
Yeah, we love George. But thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to my YouTube page and our TikTok page and Facebook page and Instagram page as well. And you know what, man? Like we said on the marriage episode, we're gonna let y'all know when the next marriage episode comes up. If you got a couple that think that would be good on here, suggest them to me and we'll bring them on the show because we love hearing from different couples. But yeah, be on the lookout for all our shows. We did the Staple Show yesterday. We might do Hoop Pass on Thursday, depending on what Dante doing. Who knows?
I was trolling Mike. I was trolling Mike. I was just trolling.
Real life.
Big time, George. You've been a troll for the last 12 months, George.
No,
it's time to be you're a villain at this point.
You see what I deal with though, Kevin? This is what I be dealing with.
You're a villain at this point.
First of all, Kevin, here's the thing, Kevin. Everybody hates me, and I don't understand why. I don't do anything.
Because you would crash out for the round. You know you crash out.
All I do is rep my squad. That's it.
On that note, y'all have a good night. I gotta help my daughter get dressed. Repping your squad, George. You know.
We can go. He sat there and said, everybody comes at him, right? if everybody's telling that one particular person, maybe that one particular person is the problem. That's all I'm saying.
We say self-evaluate. Look inward.
I don't do nothing.
Hey, you do be tripping.
I don't do nothing but support my brothers, man.
Your fandom is outrageous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He was harassing us today from yesterday.
I already know he was.
So we gotta wrap up. We'll talk about this later.
I know he
Right,
gave you the blues.
This don't make no sense, bro. Why y'all always think I'm the problem because I just love my squad? This is the problem that I have, man. Like, y'all really think it's me. I don't do nothing. All I do is run the squad. That's it.
Bro,
I'm just happy.
I be seeing the videos. You be on one. You a true Rams fan.
All I want is to be a part of it, but he won't let me in.
No,
He'll never be Merry Christmas yesterday. I know he was on 10.
Yesterday he was on 9 today. Lord knows what tomorrow gonna look like.
I'm still on 10. I'll be on 10 all year. This don't never stop.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, man. Y'all have a good week, man. We gonna see y'all next Tuesday. Love y'all. See y'all. Have a great week. All right.
All right,
He a